teaching aptitude, research aptitude, environmental affairs awareness, parliamentary affairs awareness, etc., etc. I think all of you know that the first paper content. There are 10 content from first paper. I think it can be downloaded from the NTA website, National Testing Agency website. First paper comprises number 1, mathematical reasoning. I think those who are preparing for Bank PO examination, Staff Selection Commission examination, Railway Recruitment Board examination, or even Kerala PSC examination, that means that type of people are concerned, this part is very comfortable for them. Second part is called logical reasoning. Those who are preparing for Bank PO examination, Civil Service Aptitude Test or CSAT, Civil Service CSAT, or similarly Staff Selection Commission examination. I think this type of part is very comfortable for them, logical reasoning. And the third segment is called data interpretation or data analysis. Similarly, teaching aptitude, research aptitude. So total we have 5 segments already: teaching aptitude, research aptitude, then ICT. That means I think people know the full form of ICT. Similarly, something like comprehension. That means reading a passage and writing answer to the question. And similarly, like environmental affairs awareness. Sometimes the question may be belongs to like Kashiranga National Park is situated in dash state, or Bandipur National Park is meant for preserving dash animal, or in which year a particular national park is as elevated as a national park. That type of question you can expect in environmental affairs awareness, or something like the parliamentary affairs awareness, communication, etc., etc. So there are 10 segments in paper 1, of which something like mathematical aptitude, logical reasoning, or the topic like data analysis, or something like reading comprehension and writing answer to the question. I think these are very comfortable for the students who are preparing for other examination. So those who want to prepare for UGC first paper, they will get other examination. Like other examination means a Bank PO, or sometimes they will get a Staff Selection Commission combined graduate level examination, or sometimes they will get UPSC examination, Union Public Service Commission examination, etc., etc. So those who are in the field of competitive examination, those who are preparing for competitive examination, they will be getting all type of examination one by one. Sometimes they will clear UGC examination. Sometimes they may clear PSC exam. Sometimes they may clear something like UPSC exam, staff selection examination. So in total, they will be getting 10 or 15 jobs. Okay, so I don't want to prolong my introduction. So today I want to discuss a particular segment. If you have a notebook and pen, you can write a particular segment like data analysis. I think data analysis, you can expect around 5 questions from data analysis. I think this is a very important topic, data analysis. Okay, so data analysis or data interpretation, very important. If you want to attend Bank PO examination, Bank Probationary Officer examination, data analysis will be a very big part. Like you can expect a 10-15 questions from data analysis. But as far as a UGC examination is concerned, you can expect around 5 questions. That means there may be a table or a pie diagram or a graph or something like that. Then based on that table or graph or pie diagram, there are 5 questions. So you need to make some sort of calculations, working out. Then based on that, you can make your conclusion. Conclusion means the right, that means solution for the question. I hope that data analysis, something like that means as far as bank, my concern is that as far as Bank PO examination is concerned, your question is 30 question from English, 35 question from quantitative aptitude, 35 question from reasoning. So total 35 plus 35 plus 30 is equal to 100 question, where 60 minutes are available. But as far as the UGC examination is concerned, you will get more time. That means only 50 questions are there, and you will get around 75 minutes. So for solving a single question, you will get 1 minute, something like 15 seconds. 1 minute 15 seconds is enough to give that means a right answer to the question like data analysis, etc., etc. If you have something like a proper training on that. So today's topic. So I don't want to say what are the topic and what are the contents, etc., etc. This is only an introduction part. So next we want to discuss only a particular area, particular point like data analysis. So please write a heading like data analysis. I am going to present a board. So please write. So the main problem is that majority of the students, they consider objective examination as a descriptive examination. Okay, they consider objective examination as a descriptive examination. In descriptive examination, you may get 100 out of 100, no problem. You will get 100 out of 100 if you have prepared well. You will get 100 out of 100. But in objective examination, you won't get 100 out of 100. Very important thing is that you won't get 100 out of 100. So what is the strategy for appearing a competitive examination? In a competitive examination, you are not supposed to attend the entire question. But in UGC examination, you can attend the entire question. Okay, I hope that the board is visible to you. Anybody please confirm it. Whether it is visible or not. Please confirm, anybody please.
Visible, sir. Visible.
Yes, okay.
Sir.
So, okay, thank you, sir. Data analysis. The head is data analysis. So, what are the shortcut or what are the approach to be taken by a candidate to solve the topic like data analysis? Or what are the strategy to be taken by a candidate while solving data analysis? Initially, you know that sometimes there may be a table. The table explains 5-year time series. 5-year time series like this. That means this column is year, and this column is sales, and this column is advertisement. Okay. So this time, this may be like 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005. 5-year time series, where sales has been reached like 1,99,343, and the advertisement is something like 50,230. And similarly, 2002, the sale is equal to around 5,431, and advertisement is equal to near to 99,464. 99,464. Similarly, next year, this would be something like 8,842, and next the advertisement is equal to near to 1,50,242. So if figures are like this, so these are the ready-made problem. So normally people make people are having some sort of confusion, like how to execute this. Sometimes the question may be, what about the maximum percentage of sales, like advertisement? That means the year in which the advertisement is maximum. What is the maximum advertisement? The year in which the maximum advertisement is telecasted. So you need to calculate the percentage. So normally you will take what is your action? 50,230 for first year percentage, 50,230, 1,99,343. So you will take this type of action, okay, into 100. I hope that you know. I hope that all of you get the idea. This is the way we need to calculate the percentage. So normally this will create some sort of complicated procedure. 50,230 divided by 1,99,343 into 100 means normally it will take around near to 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, near to 2 or 3 minutes if you are well versed in mathematics. So I think one or two candidates has opened their audio. Gobiga Vijay. I can please mute your audio. Gobiga, please mute your audio.
Okay, sir. Okay. So now it's very clear. Silence. So 50,230 divided by 1,99,333 into 100. So this is the way we can calculate the percentage of advertisement on sales. Similarly, next year we will calculate 99,464 divided by 5,431 into 100. And next year we will calculate 1,50,242 divided by 8,842, like that. So what happens means this will take a complicated procedure. So if you calculate the entire percentage, it will take around 10 minutes. So I think the time is the main constraint, time is the main factor where time is the main factor you need to manage. Okay, so what is the strategy? Your strategy means we can mark it with a separate color. This figure is a complicated figure. And also this figure is a complicated figure. Okay, and here also this is a complicated figure. And this is also a very complicated figure. Again, this is a very complicated figure. And this is also very complicated figure. So what is your duty? Your duty is to convert all this figure into a comfortable figure. For that, very simple. That means you just add two more. I think if online test is there, you can have two or three material for working notes. Okay, so you just add two columns. One is called sales and second column is advertisement, and it can be done along with this column table. So 1,99,343 can be easily converted to 2 lakh. Very easy. That means if you add something like 600 rupees, 600 and something rupees, it would be near to 2 lakh. Similarly, 50,230, if you delete 230, the remaining is only 50,000. Remaining is only 50,000. So if you proceed with this figure, 50,000 into 4 is equal to 2 lakh. So that means it is equal to 25%. It's near to equal to 25%. Even mind calculation is possible. Okay, mind calculation is possible. Similarly, this number is 5,431. 5,431. So you just delete 431. So it would be 5 lakh. This would be 5 lakh, and this would be near to 1 lakh. So if you add 600 something, it would be 1 lakh. So 1 lakh divided by 5 lakh is equal to 20%. Very easy. Okay. Similarly, this number is equal to 8 lakh. If you delete 842, this number, if you delete this number, the remaining number is only something very simple, 8 lakh. And the next number is near to 1.5 lakh. Okay, 1.5 lakh. So
this is the first strategy you need to adopt. So you can write first strategy. What is your first strategy? That means you just add 2 more columns near to this number. That means there is a time series like the year and sales advertisement. I think those who attend the UGC examination earlier, they might have experienced the similar problems. Okay, so you just add 2 more columns on the right side, insert 2 columns on right of the table, then convert the figure into a comfortable figure. This is the first duty. Convert your given numbers, given figures. Given figures are very complicated figures. Given figures to comfortable figures. Just like a married life, sometimes your spouse may not be a comfortable person. So your duty, suppose you are an educated person, your duty is to convert them as a comfortable person, or otherwise the married life will not be succeeded. Okay. So convert your given figures into a comfortable figures. Comfortable means very easy to handle. Comfortable figures. How? The example is just 1,99,343 is converted into 2 lakh, or 50,230 is converted into 50,000. So 50,000 divided by 2 lakh into 100 means even mind calculation is possible. I can say that even mind calculation is possible. It is 24%. Similarly, 5,431. Similarly, this number is near to 1 lakh. So if you add 600 something, it will be near to 1 lakh. So hope that 1 lakh divided by 5 lakh is equal to 20%. Similarly, this number is 1.5 lakh. This number is 8 lakh. So this is your first step. Convert all given figures into comfortable figures. So normally, a normal candidate, even though whose rank is something like, whose mark is near to rank or already got rank or something like that in PG examination or whatever examination she or he attended, he is not having this type of thinking, or she is not having this type of thinking, and he will use the complicated procedure like 50,230 divided by 1,99,333 into 100. So normally it will take so much of time. So that means later they will make a conclusion that the data analysis is very complicated for them, and normally they will skip the area. Skipping question in objective examination is not a crime. It's a strategy. Okay, I repeatedly mentioned this word. Skipping question in objective examination is not a crime. Why in objective examination male people are getting more advantage and more edge? Because male psychology is something different and female psychology is something different. Okay, the examination may be classified into 2 categories, like one category as a male examination and second category is female examination. So I don't want to insult any gender, but this is the thinking. As far as the descriptive examination is concerned, majority of the people who clear the examination, not only that, the first rank holders from the female category. So the examination like the descriptive examination may be categorized as female examination. Similarly, those who attend or those who clear the examination, that means the dominant percentage from the male category, especially those who attend the objective examination. So objective examination may be categorized as male examination. So you can check the first rank holders in KEAM examination. So now dominantly from the male category. If you go to government engineering college, you can see that some of the pride is occupied by only male candidates. Okay, but in arts and science college, the opposite gender ratio. Opposite gender ratio means majority from the female category and only nominal from the male category. Majority from the female category because your admission is done based on the marks secured by you in the qualifying examination. If there is an entrance examination and the admission is done purely on that, you can see that 50 dominant percentage is from the male category. So I am not supposed to insult any gender or something like that. But this is the fact. So the female students has to change their thinking. Like you can skip whatever you want. The only thing is that if you are answering is near to 60-70%, you can ensure that you can clear the examination. But in UGC examination, there is no negative mark, so the remaining 30% of question you can guess it and mark a particular option. But as far as the bank view examination or as far as the Staff Selection Commission examination, these type of examinations are concerned, there are some negative mark. So the negative mark would be the total option minus 1. Okay, if there are 5 options, the negative mark is 1/4. If there are 4 options, the negative mark is 1/3. That means in order to avoid the probability of hitting a particular option repeatedly. Okay, so this is the methodology you need to operate in competitive examination. So you need to skip. Skipper means that means if you feel that something is very difficult for you, you can skip that area. Or if you have any uneasiness in solving a particular type of question, you can skip that area. This is the major strategy you can adopt. But this strategy is not suitable in UGC examination, because initially you can adopt this strategy and later the remaining question you can that means you can guess the answer. Okay, guess the answer, because there is no negative mark. So this is the first strategy. So first strategy, what is the first strategy? The first strategy is convert your given figures into a comfortable figures. Convert all difficult figures into a comfortable figures. Just like, what is the example? Example is, if sales is equal to 1,99,343, you can write it as 2 lakh. And if the advertisement is equal to 50,230, you can write it as 50,000. So now it's very simple. Calculating percentage is very simple. So this is the way you can calculate the percentage. So this is the first strategy. The next point for solving the data analysis. Identify the relationship between two figures. Identify the relation between two figures. Relationship between two figures. Identify the relationship between two figures, or relation between two figures. Between two figures. So my handwriting is not very ugly, because I am writing with mouse. Writing by using mouse. Example. Listen. A time series. Most probably data analysis means time series. Year. This time the agriculture produce, AP, and this is rainfall. Agriculture produce and rainfall. So first year 2005. Next year 2006. 2006, and the agriculture produce is equal to, say, 943 tons, and the rainfall is equal to only 20, and this is something like 44,444 ton. Or metric ton, or whatever. Okay. Then this figure is equal to near to, say, 40 or 44. So how you can connect the second figure, this figure, 44,444 and 44. What is the relationship? So there is a relationship between these two figures. Okay, so identify that relationship. That means all the numbers all numbers are repeated. That means it may be the multiple of 4. Okay, so if a particular number is the multiple of 4, we can use that. So the percentage calculation or the remaining calculation is very comfortable for you. Okay, so this is the second strategy. Identify the relation between two figures. identify the relation between two figures. This is the second strategy you need to adopt in data analysis. Okay, then the next one, the third one is apply a reciprocal table. Apply a reciprocal table. Reciprocal table. I think what is reciprocal? Reciprocal table. What do you mean by reciprocal table? Reciprocal table means, what is the reciprocal? Reciprocative action. Reciprocal caring. You can expect a reciprocal caring from your father and mother. No problem. Okay. But you cannot expect a reciprocal caring from your in-laws. Sometimes your mistake may be excused by your mother, but not by your mother-in-law. Okay. So reciprocative action from Pakistan Prime Minister. Reciprocative action from the opponent, like Sri Lankan Prime Minister or President or something like that. So reciprocal, if the given number is equal to say 2, reciprocal is 1 by 2. I think this is a fundamental maths. Okay, so nobody is having any confusion what is a reciprocal. A reciprocal table is very important while doing the question from data analysis. How? That is a question. Please, you can make a table. Make a table. That means there are 4 columns. 4 columns. Okay. 4 columns. Then column number 1 like this. Column number 2. Column number 3. Column number 4. The first column is meant for writing heading. Okay. Now, first heading, you can write this is number and this is reciprocal. You can write RP. Doesn't mean that it is RPC. Okay. This is percentage, equivalent percentage. This is degree, measurements in degree. Also very important, if the question is asked with the help of a pie diagram. Sometimes UGC is repeatedly asking pie diagram, sometimes graph, sometimes table. Okay. So number 1. So we can use it with the separate color. 1. Reciprocal is 1 by 1 is equal to 1. Equivalent percentage is equal to 100. And the degree is equal to 360. Full degree is equal to 360. Second, number 2, you can write number 2. That means if reciprocal is 1 by 2, percentage is equal to 50. And this is equal to 180 degree. 50% is equivalent to 1 by 2. The next is 3. That means this is 1 by 3. Then next this is equal to 33 and 1 by 3 percentage. 33 and 1 by 3 percentage. And this is, if it is degree measurement, it is 120 degree. And the next is 4. 1 by 4. Then this is equal to 25 percentage. And is near to 90 degree. If 360 divided by 4, it's equal to 90 degree. Then next 5, 1 by 5. 1 by 5 is called to 20 percentage and is near to 72 degree. 72 degree. And next 6. 1 by 6 is equal to 60 degree. Sorry, not 60 degree. It is equal to 16 and 2 by 3 percentage. 2 by 3 percentage. And equivalent percentage is equal to equivalent degree is equal to 60. and next is 7, 1 by 7, percentage is equal to 14 and 2 by 7 percentage, 14 and 2 by 7 percentage, and it's very difficult to consider 360 divided by 7. Then 8, you can write 8 is equal to 1 by 8, 1 by 8. Then this is equal to near to 12.5 percentage, 12.5 percentage, and it is equal to 45 degree, 45 degree. And here it is 9, you can write 9 equal to 1 by 9, 1 by 9. It is equal to 11 and 1 by 9 percentage, 11 and 1 by 9 percentage. Degree is equal to 40, 40 degree. Then next is 10, 1 by 10, 1 by 10. That means percentage is 10 and the percent degree is equal to 36 degree. And the next is 11, 1 by 11. Okay, 1 by 11, and this is equal to 9 and 1 by 11 percentage, 9 and 1 by 11 percentage, and it's very difficult to convert in degree because 360 divided by 11 you may get some difficult figures. And similarly you can write 12. 12 is the number, reciprocal is 1 by 2, 1 by 12, percentage is equal to 8 and 1 by 3 percentage. Okay, and last 360 divided by 12 is equal to 30 degree. Okay, so the thing is that you are not supposed to by heart this table. Okay, recently some of the mobile apps, mobile education apps are repeatedly telecasted that you need to make concept clarity. What is the concept clarity? You can write 1 to 12 continuously. Then reciprocal is if you consider that number as a denominator, it would be something like a reciprocal. Then what is percentage? That means if 100 is the total percentage full. So 100 divided by 1 is equal to 100, 100 divided by 2 is equal to 50, 100 divided by 3 is equal to 33 and 1 by 3, 100 divided by 4 is equal to 25, 100 divided by 5 is equal to 20, 100 divided by 6 is equal to 16 and 2 by 3, 100 divided by 7 is equal to 14 and 2 by 7, 100 divided by 8 is equal to 12.5. That way you can compile this table. Very easy. Similarly, maximum degree is equal to 360. Okay, maximum degree is equal to 360. So 360 divided by 1 is equal to 360. Very simple. 360 divided by 2 is equal to 190. 360 divided by 3 is equal to 120. 360 divided by 4 is equal to 90. 360 divided by 5 is equal to 72. 360 divided by 6 is equal to 60. 360 divided by 7, normally you won't get a proper figure, so that's why a dash is there. Then 360 divided by 8 is equal to 45. 360 divided by 9 is equal to 40. 360 divided by 10 is equal to 36. Similarly, 360 divided by 11, you will get something like a ugly figure. So skip it. Okay. And 360 divided by 12 is equal to 30 degree. That way. I hope that the things are very clear for you, comfortable for you. So this is what is called the reciprocal table. So apply the reciprocal table so you can calculate the percentage all on a sudden. Very important. This is the third method. Apply the reciprocal table. You can calculate the percentage all on a sudden. For example, suppose you get 1 by 4. The relationship between sales and advertisement is equal to 1 by 4. All on a sudden you can guess that it is 25%. Not guess, you can take a conclusion, valid conclusion that it is 25%. Sometimes the relationship between one figure and one figure is equal to 1 by 9. So you can easily say that it is 1 by 11 and 1 by 9 percentage. Okay, so application of reciprocal table. Sometimes you may get a pie diagram like this, and somebody, it's a family expenditure or budget of family, something like that. So he spent around 45 degree for education purpose. So the question is what percentage on total income he spent for education. So you can easily say that it is 12.5%, 12.5%. By referring reciprocal table, you can easily say that it is 12.5%. Okay. It's very simple. So applying reciprocal table is very simple. So I think majority of the student do not have any clear idea how to use or how to handle the topic like data analysis. If you solve this topic like data analysis with a proper strategy, you will get an entire question, 5 questions from data analysis. So in a single attempt, you can easily clear UGC examination. I like to say that in a single attempt, you can easily clear UGC examination. Very easy. Okay. The third method is apply the reciprocal table. You just apply the reciprocal table, so you can arrive the percentage, arrive the relationship between two figures in a fraction of a second. So this is the third method, third strategy. Already we have 3 board. You can see that one by one. First, you need to convert all given figures into a comfort of figures. Second thing is that. Second thing, you just identify the relationship between two figures, and third thing is that you just apply the reciprocal table. And reciprocal table is also very beneficial if question from mathematical reasoning is there. Like sometimes the question may be like what is 37.5% of 888. I think this type of question you cannot expect in UGC examination, because this type of question you can expect in IBPS bank clerk. So normally you make a calculation like this: 88 into 37.5 into divided by 100. 888 into 37.5 divided by 100. So it will be a complicated procedure. You need to multiply 3-digit numbers. So normally what happens means we have some sort of shortcut for calculating 3-digit multiplication, even though you know that this will be taking so much of time. So what is the shortcut? 888 into 37.5 means 375. You multiply 8 and 3, it is equal to 24. Then multiply 8 and 7 and 3 and 8 simultaneously. 8 and 7 is equal to 56. 3 and 8 is equal to 24. So 56 plus 24 is equal to 80. So 0 part of answer 8 carried over. Then 8 into 5 40. 3 into 8 24. Okay, so is equal to 40 plus 24 is equal to 64. Then 64 plus 8 into 7 56. 64 plus 56 is equal to 110. 0 part of answer 1 carried over. 1 carried over. Then 8 into 5 40. 8 into 5 7 56. That means 40 plus 56 is equal to 96. 6 you can write. 9 carried over. Then 8 into 5 is equal to 40. So 0 part of answer 4 carried over. So finally 0 0 9 1 3 2 like this. Okay. So this way you will get that means some sort of complicated procedure. Okay, complicated procedure. Sorry, this way 331.9 something like that. Okay. Okay. But if you have the application of reciprocal table, what happens? That means 37.5 means it is equivalent to 12.5 into 3. 12.5 into 3 is equal to 37.5. Okay, very simple. 12.5 is equal to 1 by 8. So what is 37.5? It is equal to 3 by 8. So what is your action? 8 into 3 by 8. So your answer is 333. That means you are not supposed to go for this complicated procedure. Your answer is 333. Even though you go for complicated procedure, you may get not a correct answer. So reciprocal table is very comfortable for solving a number of mathematical puzzles. Okay. The next strategy. What is the next strategy? Fourth fourth strategy for solving data analysis is that horizontal and vertical mathematical application. Horizontal and vertical mathematical application. You practice it. Where you need to make so much of practice. Clear. Sometimes a family budget is given in a columnar form. Family budget is given in a columnar form. So this is the time. Okay. The first column is time. All data analysis where the first time is time, like a year or month or something like that. This is meant for education purpose, EDN, and this is meant for food. Okay, this is meant for health. This is meant for health. Okay, and this is meant for medical. Or sorry, health is already there. Then traveling, and this is meant for some other thing. Okay, like that. So these figures are given. So like sometimes it may be 26.2, 26.2, okay, 43.2, 82.3, okay, 12.6. Then this is for something like costumes and other things, like 123.6. So what is the total expenditure? What is the percentage of total expenditure on the total income? So total expenditure is not given in the table. So you need to start horizontal mathematical execution, like 0.2, 0.2, 0.6, 0.6 is equal to 0.6. 1 is the remainder. 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 11, 5, 5 plus 2 is equal to 7, 7 plus 3 is equal to 10, 10 plus 6 is equal to 6, then 1 remainder, then 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. That type of calculation you need to make. Horizontal, vertical calculation. You must be very efficient in doing horizontal, vertical calculation, so that data analysis become very easy. The data analysis become very easy. Okay, so this is the shortcut for doing data analysis. I think now the time is 10:59. So if we have time enough, we can discuss one data analysis from a particular website. So I am stopping my board and I will take one particular web page. വർഗീസ് സാർ കാണാൻ പറ്റുമോ? സാർ
കാണുന്നുണ്ട് സാറേ, കാണുന്നുണ്ട്. ഗൂഗിളല്ലേ വെബ്സൈറ്റ്?
അല്ല, okay, there is this is a popular website. I think some of you know that, indiabig.com. It's a free website. You can take at any time, you can take a mock test. So if you feel that you are free, you can take a mock test for 25 minutes. All mock tests are something like 25 minutes. So you can take data interpretation, a particular link like data interpretation, you can take it. Then the data interpretation from the table or pie diagram, etc., or things are like this. So this is meant for test. You can practice it, practice in your home. So you can take the link like data interpretation. So where questions are coming from table charts, bar charts, pie charts, lane charts. So if you dedicate yourself, I think this is a wonderful website. So if you continuously practicing this website, you can clear not only UGC examination, you can clear a number of competitive examinations. So we can take a table chart or line chart or bar chart, whatever it may be. So you can take table chart. Okay, then the question is there. This is the first question. There is a table where 1998 to 2002 time series is there. That means the item of expenditure, the total salary is equal to 288, 342, 324, 336, 420. Then fuel, transport, bonus, interest on loans, etc., taxes, etc. So the questions are there. What is the average amount of interest per year which the company had to pay during this period? Okay. So we can take just 2 or 3 minutes, please wait. Okay. Now see that you just that means what is the question? What is the average amount of interest per year which the company had to pay during this period? So interest per year. So there is a something like interest on loans. You just add it. That means this is what is called the fourth strategy, called vertical mathematical execution for 5 plus 4 23. So 3 here, 1, that means 2 is the remainder. 11, 17, 18, 20, 23. So again 3 here. Then 2 plus 4 6, 3 9, 4 13, 16, 16 plus 2 18. So 183.3. So now you can see the answer. Okay, average 183 divided by 5. Already I mentioned earlier, it is 193.83. Already we have calculated 193.3. So the answer is 36.6 lakh. This way you can do it. This is the answer. Okay, this way you can do it. I hope that all of you.
എല്ലാവരും വെയിറ്റ് ചെയ്യുക, സാറ് വരുന്നു തോന്നുന്നു കേട്ടോ. നമുക്ക് നാളെയും ക്ലാസ് ഉണ്ടാവും. സാറിന് നെറ്റ് കണക്ഷനുള്ള പ്രോബ്ലം ആയിരിക്കും. നാളെ ഈ സമയത്ത് തന്നെയായിരിക്കും ക്ലാസ്. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എത്ര പേർക്കാണ് സൂം പറ്റുകയെന്നുള്ളത് നോക്കുക. സൂമിലുള്ള പ്രസന്റേഷൻ കുറച്ചുകൂടി നല്ലതായിരിക്കും എന്ന് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു. പിന്നെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എൻ്റർ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് തന്നിട്ടുള്ള റോൾ നമ്പർ വെച്ച് എൻ്റർ ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് പറ്റും സൂം ആകുമ്പോൾ. അപ്പോൾ എത്ര പേർക്ക് സൂം പറ്റും? സൂം നമ്മൾ ഇൻസ്റ്റാൾ ചെയ്യേണ്ടി വരും. ഒന്ന് എനിക്ക് അറിഞ്ഞാൽ കൊള്ളാമെന്നുണ്ട്. നിങ്ങളൊരു സൂം പറ്റുന്നവർ യെസ് അടിച്ചാൽ മതി. ഇപ്പോൾ മെസ്സേജ് ബോക്സിൽ പോയിട്ട് യെസ് അടിച്ചിടാം കേട്ടോ. സാറ് കേറിയോ? സാറേ
ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ കേറി കേറി കേറി.
സാറേ ഞാനൊരു കാര്യന്റെ ഇടയിൽ പറഞ്ഞു, സാറൊന്ന് ലെഫ്റ്റ് ആയപ്പോഴേ എന്ന് വെച്ചാലേ നമ്മുടെ കോളേജിന്റെ സൂം ഉണ്ടെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ. അപ്പൊ കുറെ ടീച്ചേഴ്സിന് സൂമിൽ എടുത്താണ് പരിചയം. അപ്പൊ അതുകൊണ്ട് സൂമിലേക്ക് എത്ര പേർക്ക് സൂം ഇൻസ്റ്റാൾ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്നതിന്റെ വെറുതെ ഒരു എസ് അടിക്കാൻ പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുക കുട്ടികളോട്, അറ്റൻഡ് ചെയ്യണവരോട്. കുഴപ്പമില്ല, കുറെ പേര് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പൊ അതുകൊണ്ടൊരു മെച്ചുണ്ട്, നമുക്ക് ഇവര് ഒരു അറ്റൻഡൻസ് എടുക്കാം. നമ്മളൊരു റോൾ നമ്പർ കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ടേ. അപ്പൊ സൂമിലാവുമ്പോ ആ റോൾ നമ്പർ വെച്ചിട്ട് എൻ്റർ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. അതുകൊണ്ട് പറഞ്ഞതാണ്. കുഴപ്പമില്ല, ഒരു ആൾക്കാർക്കൊക്കെ സൂം ഉണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ സാറേ, സാറ് കണ്ടിന്യൂ ചെയ്തോളൂ.
സാറേ ഇത് നമ്മൾ കൺക്ലൂഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നു പോരെ സംഗതി?
മതി. അപ്പൊ നാളത്തെ ഒരു അനൗൺസ്മെന്റ് നാളെ സാറിന്റെ കൺവീനിയന്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ടൈം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ
നാളെ ഇത് സെയിം
10 മണിക്ക് തന്നെ ആയിരിക്കും അല്ലേ?
10 മണിക്ക്.
ഓക്കെ, അപ്പൊ നാളെ നമുക്ക് 10 മണിക്ക് സാറിന്റെ ക്ലാസ്. പിന്നെ അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഞാൻ നോക്കുന്നുണ്ട്, വേറെ ആളെ കൊണ്ട് ക്ലാസ് എടുപ്പിക്കാൻ നോക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. എന്തായാലും 10 മണിക്ക് സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്യും വിത്ത് സാറിന്റെ ക്ലാസ്, മധുസൂദൻ സാറിന്റെ ക്ലാസ്. അപ്പൊ സാറിന് അഡ്വാൻസ് ആയിട്ട് എല്ലാ താങ്ക്സും ഇന്നത്തെ ക്ലാസ് എടുത്തതിന്. നാളെ കാണാം സാറേ. ഞാനൊന്ന് പുറത്തേക്ക് പോവാണ്.
ഇവർക്ക് ഇന്ററാക്ട് ചെയ്യാനുണ്ടോ സാറേ?
അത് കൊടുത്തോളൂ സാറേ, ഇന്ററാക്ട് ചെയ്തോട്ടെ. ഒരു ഡൗട്ട്സ് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ
എന്തൊരു ഇന്ററാക്ഷൻ? ആരൊന്നും ചോദിക്കണില്ല. പ്ലീസ് അൺമ്യൂട്ട് യുവർ ഓഡിയോ ആൻഡ് ആസ്ക് മീ. നടക്കൂല. So assuming that there is no doubt for you, so we can stop the discussion. Okay, thank you. Please log out.